It was just supposed to be a routine job. And I found myself amongst unlikely folk. Humans. The rest of me kin called me soft. But the money was good. And we were good at it. Then the boss brings down this new job. Dead dwarves. So I rouse up me boys, and we find ourselves on a journey we weren't expecting.
Deep within the center of Karnak lies VulkMinar, a vast city within an enormous vault, set in the midst of the Wilderdark, a land which knows no sun, moon, or sky. It is entirely cut off from any surface world. In fact, even the knowledge of such a place doesn't exist. An evil race of gray dwarves serve as the primary source of political power, considering anyone not a dwarf a burden at best. Solidite is a white crystalline mineral which is responsible for bringing precious light from Volca above into the humble mines below. In an act of vengeance against the elven Allfather thousands of years ago, the mighty dwarf Kriegspiel leapt high into the air, driving his spear, crackling with power, through the chest of the deaf swordsman, effectively nailing him to the side of Mount Erlebenberg and driving his celestial lightning miles deep into the stone. It is this event that created the Solidite upon which the whole city of VulkMinar thrives. Such a rare mineral is only found in and around VulkMinar. Vernion is a dominion under VulkMinar rule. It is a series of arable basins which are tended to by elves. Used mostly to grow long grains, these growing pools follow the Grunnerfluss and lie approximately 3 to 7 sleeps wellward of VulkMinar. Fish, livestock, mushrooms, and other crops are also grown here. Hargus is a noble dwarf from Clan Hammerheart with radical ideas. His concept that dwarves can not only befriend non-dwarves, but that they might work together in harmony is snubbed by most other dwarves. Skizik is a human who carries a two-handed sword and unleashes curses upon his enemies, which are granted to him by the dark and mysterious one, Mother. Wirebone, a gnomish artificer, is always looking for new ideas and creating new machines. He is perhaps the most famous inventor in VulkMinar. Morthos, another human and beneficiary of the Dark Mother, is seeking his place among the dwarves of VulkMinar. Comfort and prestige are his primary motivations. In our previous adventure, Bound by Honor, Hargus and company received a job to investigate a situation just wellward of VulkMinar in some passages that were closed off during the initial days of Solidite mining cessation. Upon their arrival, they find a group of dead dwarves. Their bodies have been hidden away in an attempt to cover the crime. Evidence at the scene had suggested that very powerful spellcasters and warriors must have been involved. Along with rumors of an Alpin in the city, news of this event caused quite a stir among dwarven nobles. Not long after, however, bugbears began to take most of the blame for this most heinous crime, as the audacious creatures were daring to venture even closer to the city. At one point, they even caused a powerful explosion in the well-protected dwarven brimstone mines. Over time, our heroes discovered that a coven of bugbear witches who were emboldening their soldiers with powerful incantations. While the foot soldiers had been causing an ample distraction, the bugbear witches were building an unnatural army from the discarded bodies thrown over the cliffs of Kirchout by the dwarves. Once a suitable army had been built, these Seelenlos, as the dwarves called them, attacked Kirchout in great force. The Hammerheart clan led the defense against what commoners were calling the Army of the Soulless. Hargus and company were instrumental in that defense, bringing back intelligence about the enemy as well as destroying a fair share of the undead themselves. But that was the least of our heroes' involvement. the tinker, Wirebone, devised an arcane fire-breathing machine that could be rolled easily into the tunnels where the Soulless were attacking. In spite of the fact that Wirebone's plans were confiscated by the Runespang clan so that this machine could be built exclusively at Dwarven forges, the victory of the true heroes of Hintrespalt is still spoken among the common folk. Wirebone, Hargus, Morthos, and Skizik became famous for their deeds during VulkMinar's most deadly invasion in recent history, bringing great honor to Clan Hammerheart. A few days have passed since the undead assault was quelled. Plenty of rest for our heroes. Another clan which had proven to be a thorn in Clan Hammerheart's side during our first adventure, Clan Lavabarch, has decided to steal Hammerheart Thunder once again. During the assault, incoming food shipments from Vernion had ceased, so the Lavabarch clan took it upon themselves to investigate. Less than a 10-day later, the infamous Sogmortar, elite Lavabarch troops, returned from the farming community, claiming a great victory against the rebellious elves of Vernion. The question burning in Hargus's mind:
But where are these shipments of crops? And who's gonna provide the food for the rest of VulkMinar?
Our heroes must react. Glory shall be restored to the Hammerheart clan once again, and the enormous food supply issue must be investigated. Scores of other clans have decided that they will be the ones who solve the food supply issue and embark for Vernion on the very same night which Clan Lavabarch celebrates. Leaving Hargus the law-abiding and Skizik, who cannot see in the dark, behind, Wirebone and Morthos decide to procure Nashhorn mounts so that they may move through the passages toward Vernion as quickly as possible, in hopes of beating the other clans to that glory. Upon finding the theft of the Nashhorn might be incredibly difficult, the roguish pair decides to wake a dwarf who is guarding the enclosure in which the Nashhorn are kept. They are charged a hefty price, but succeed in bringing 4 of the nimble mounts back to their home, the Onyx Barrel House, where they rally up with Hargus and Skizik and depart on yet another noble mission.